Yeah, here's a whole nother corner of Griffith Park that I've never come close to exploring. Very pretty. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Robert from ThrillRide.com. How you doing? So today I am back in Griffith Park, and I'm here to see in person one of the famous landmarks here in the park that I've never seen before. It's been covered by many people. It's not a big secret here, but definitely needed to check it out in the flesh, so to speak. And that is the Bronson Cave, which has been a fixture in many Hollywood productions, but most famous for its stand-in as the entrance to the Batcave. There you go. Which was very much an important part of my childhood growing up in the 60s. Took that all very seriously. That was a hardcore superhero show back in the day. So very excited to see this iconic carving in stone. We'll learn a little bit about the history too. So let's go check it out.
We're waiting here for you. We are so ridiculously hot.
You can see there's ample parking in front of the trailhead. It's always much appreciated. And just another reminder, we're in the wilds, baby. Yeah, it's really easy to complain about the monotony of our beautiful weather, but man, it's really beautiful today. Yeah, there's definitely some crowds out today, but a lot of good mask wearing and social distancing going on, so feeling pretty good about that. Yeah, so Griffith Park hosts to film crews all the time, all over the place, but Bronson Caves in particular, very popular location. So yeah, when I was a very wee lad, the Adam West Burt Ward series was a very important nightly program, and I just ate it up. It was great. And of course, you know, I love all kinds of the Batmobiles. Nolan's Tumbler is amazing. Even some of the Schumacher Batmobiles I'll give a little tip of the hat to, but the original, man, that's still the best. Man, cactus are just some of my favorite life forms. Beautiful and pretty badass. Yeah.
Sometimes it's like hot
Good morning. Thank you. So one of my good friends in college actually lived on the same floor as I did freshman year dorm. When he was a little kid, he didn't learn how to read a clock right away, but he knew that a Batman episode was one sweep of the big hand halfway around the dial. So everything in his household was how many Batmans? 2 Batmans till dinner. Now this is cool. So just up this little rise next to the entrance to the cave is a artful display of stones. It's kind of spiral path. Very cool. And there it is. Kind of hidden in shade right now, but I believe that is the main entrance, wide enough to get a vehicle in and out of. So that's where the Batmobile would come swooping out and returning at the end of each adventure. So you can see even today, very popular spot. It's a great little hiking trail on its own for sure, but many people are coming out to pay homage to the the legend. All right, here we go. As a lot of you probably know already, the cave itself is not a real cave. It was carved out of rock by the Union Rock Company that established a quarry up here in 1903 to crush rock for the building of LA's new city streets. And though the quarry closed in the late 20s, the carved rock remained and has since become one of the really popular filming spots, as it is really right here in the heart of Hollywood. Look at that. There's definitely a few entrances and exits, some of which are really only small enough for people to crawl through. Yeah, look at this one over here. This is definitely one you want to watch your head. And it gets narrower and narrower. Oh. Success. Yeah, that's a bit of a tight squeeze. We just came out of. Just looking at the top of this beautiful cave wall. Yeah. Boy, it is pretty out here. You can see another large stone spiral has been assembled here. Another little bit of an interactive art display. And looking back in towards the front from a wider opening in the back. And it looks like we have a little production going on right here. I'm going to keep my voice low, but that's kind of exciting. Wonder how many times the Batmobile was just sitting here waiting for the action cue, ready to roar forward. So of course, for those of you who remember the show, they never had a straight shot looking into the cave itself. It was always from an angle, so you couldn't see the other side. You couldn't see the fact that the tunnel ran all the way through. A little bit of camera trickery that did the job. There's a great view of the Hollywood sign. Nice reveal coming around the back of the caves. And this is a very photogenic spot, I gotta say. Interior and exterior. A lot of cool, fun stuff to shoot around out here. You can see some of these mountains could double for a lot of different terrestrial and extraterrestrial locations. Climb up a little bit. You get another even better elevated view of the sign from up here. Very cool. So here are just some of the dozens of films that I've shot here. Lightning Bryce, Hurricane Express, I Am a Fugitive from a Chain Gang, White Zombie, Three Musketeers, Phantom Empire, Flash Gordon, Zorro Rides Again, Dick Tracy Returned, The Lone Ranger Rides Again, Day the World Ended, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, It Conquered the World, The Return of Dracula, Earth versus the Spider, Monster from Green Hell, Teenagers from Outer Space. Yep, the list of classics just goes on and on. And of course, even good old Flash Gordon from 1974. Raise the Titanic, Sword and the Sorcerer, Dreamscape, Star Trek VI, Undiscovered Country, Army of Darkness, Lost Skeleton of Cadabra. That is a freaking awesome movie. Seek that out. Great little low-budget horror comedy. A real love letter to classic 50s monster horror movies. Cabin Fever, Scorpion King, Tremors 4, The Legend Begins. Yeah, that's a pretty good list. Some more stone placement going on out here. Nice big heart for love. Ain't that sweet? Yeah, there you go. See, that looks like a entrance to a deep, dark subterranean cave filled with high-tech scientific crime-fighting gear. This canyon was originally called Brush Canyon, and that's what it was named when the Union Rock Company started digging here. But the area became known as Bronson Caves because there's a nearby street, and apparently that translated into renaming the whole area Bronson Canyon. And apparently this is also how Charles Bronson chose his actors, nom de guerre, as it were. It's kind of cool. I don't know if you all remember the Simpsons episode where the kids managed to rent a car and they're driving to the Knoxville World's Fair site. And on the way they pass through Branson, Missouri, which Bart aptly describes it as Las Vegas if Ned Flanders decided, and then a quick trip through Bronson, Missouri. Hey Ma, can I get a cookie? No dice. Worst Charles Bronson imitation ever. Oh man, somebody's looking like they're doing some, what do they call that, free climbing? That is not a sport that draws my interest whatsoever. But God bless anybody who has the strength and agility to do that kind of thing. That's pretty scary. All right, one last walk through. When you really look at the entrance, that is one pretty clean archway. Pretty hard to see something like that occur naturally. I don't know if you can see those people way up there on the ridge. Super far back there. Yeah, and there's a lot more trails way up there if you're so inclined to check out the larger Bronson Canyon area. I think that brings this one to a close. So one more time, thanks for coming along, and hope everybody is staying safe and healthy out there. I know we're heading into what looks to be a pretty rough winter, so let's just all keep an eye out for each other and we'll get through it. All right, catch you in the next one.